Hello and welcome to Open Business Council Summit. It's a pleasure to have you here all from all over the world. I see that we have people from different continents, different countries, and I welcome everyone to our first summit that highlights different ways of looking at the challenge that we're facing with the COVID-19 and how can we use this on a positive level. This summit is produced by the Openbusinesscouncil.org, a new open and decentralized platform that aims to create solutions for businesses, governments, and for all citizens around the world. And it aims to create a wiki/platform open to discussion, to create more business, and especially to create solutions for the challenge we're facing with this technology of our time, especially with Fourth Industrial Revolution, Society 5.0, and all the emergent technologies from blockchain, AI, and of course, IoT, big data, and so forth. So today and tomorrow, we're going to be streaming all over the world with a list of close to 100 people that are joining us, from some ministers and representatives from governments, and as well global speakers, CEOs, and experts in different multiple industries, multiple areas. They're going to be discussing the trends, the challenges, and the opportunities that we have today with us, but as well how to optimize this and how to get a bit of more positive level in terms of looking at can we cope with the challenges that we're facing. We have been going through one of the craziest years probably in the last hundreds of years. 2020 is going to be a record, a very big challenging year that has been creating massive disruption, financial, economical, psychological, social. We have millions of people losing jobs, hundreds of millions of people facing consequences from not having their jobs moving forward. Entire industries being disrupted. But at the same time, 2020 has been a year that is actually accelerating digital transformation and make us realize that in one end, we can still move our global economy even with the biggest pandemic in the last 100 years, but at the same time, find new tools to look and as well to cope with all this disruption. One of the things I want to highlight is that all these tools were already present here for a long time, but most of our business, most of our governments are not still using it. And we have to highlight this, and that's probably the most positive thing that came out of this disruption, is that this is going to have massive challenges for all of us, and is going to as well giving us a lot of opportunities how to look at this, but as well find a better way to optimize and to look at our daily journeys, our businesses, our governments, our interaction society, and especially look at these tools as opportunities, not let these tools using us, but use these tools for us. So a couple of numbers that are critical for us. So there's 430 million SMEs and businesses around the world, according to numbers from World Bank and the United Nations. The numbers might differ according if you look at micro SMEs, if you look at macro SMEs, or even business in general. There's this business for under 30 million, around 80 to 90% don't even have a website. And they're the ones struggling during COVID-19. They are the ones that as well employ most of the population in the planet, where we have a population quite young with 20 years plus in most of the countries, at least especially emerging countries where we have the biggest number of population. We have people joining us from all the different continents, and everyone somehow is being disrupted by these COVID-19 pandemic challenges. But at the same time, we are able to be here streaming to hundreds of people around the world, and as well in terms of social media, we've been reaching already pre-event around 2 million people. Our focus right now is to create a dynamic summit where you can actually reflect some of these biggest challenges, and as well finding better ways to just create an ecosystem where you can actually interact with each other, and as well define some benchmarks and some conclusions how to better use these technologies, this digital transformation, new ecosystem, a new era that we are all present, and making sure as well that you look at the challenge of the fourth industrial revolution as a big opportunity for us, not just as a challenge that can put us all in jeopardy. We want as well to highlight the concept of Society 5.0. There's a concept that is particularly interesting to understand how we can actually improve our society and how we can actually look at better ways to improve, but as well to look in a more positive and more human-centric and nature-centric, because we're facing all these problems of integration, sustainability, and the climate change, and as well this technological disruption. So in the last years, there's been a lot of discussion, a lot of challenges, a lot of concerns from governments. And of course, these last 10 months in particular have been highlighting the importance of having a digital strategy for a country, for a company, for business. This passes mostly through change management. It passes through the way we can actually look at these different technologies as a way to empower us, as a way to look at this in a better way. So I want to welcome to all the different speakers from around the world that we have. I want to thank you to all our team that is with us today making this happen. And I want as well to thank you to all our partners, Startup Bangladesh, Synchronium, and multiple other partners like Digital Week and so forth that have been helping us putting this together. And as well, as I mentioned, this YouTube or this summit is being distributed as we speak on the YouTube channel Dinis Guarda, Cities ABC Open Business Council, and as well on the Twitter accounts Open Business HQ and Cities ABC _. As well, it's been streamed as we speak in Facebook. You can find this information in our website, openbusinesscouncil.org/summit, and you can see the calendar, the agenda, and the live streaming that is going to happen. I'm going to be the host, and as well, I've been creating this event. I'm going to be joined as well by Hilton Supra, our vice chairman, and by Serafima Senkina, that is going to be the global host and producer of the event. And then on the back, we have Rachel, Silvia, Naldo, Marco, and another team, Leon and Anne, that are joining us actually from different continents helping produce this. So we're going to be starting in 14 minutes, and we're going to be starting with a live that is quite appealing and understandable how to take these things. So we're going to be starting today. We're going to have a series of panels. The first one is going to be how can governments and business manage the challenge of COVID-19 with digital transformation, fourth industrial revolution, AI, blockchain, and fintech. And I'm going to have a small video from the Minister of Communication and Malaysia that cannot join us live, but send us a video. We're going to have Ms. Sanjay Agarwal from the president of PhD and the chairman of a big telecom cable communications company in India. So the PhD Chamber of Commerce is one of the biggest chambers of commerce in India with 130,000 business. And of course, we have as well Elise Quevedo, that is a global tech author and influencer that is going to be joining me in a minute. And then we have as well as a special last guest, someone that has been working with a lot of governments and that is going to be talking about the challenge of building advanced technologies, AI, and different areas for governments. So his name is Umar Mohammad, and he's going to be part of this panel as well. Then we're going to be following up with a panel about 4AR Society 5.0 and digital twins at Tech, the keys for smart governments, that is going to be moderated by Hilton Supra, my partner and vice chairman of Studium Group. And then we have the Global Regulatory Government Investment and Business FinTech Ecosystem, moderated by Azad Sultan, that is joining us from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and as well as the CEO of Deutsche Malaysian Ventures. Then we have 4AR, how citizen business can transform their infrastructure and supply chain with Society 5.0. That is going to be as well moderated by Hilton Supra with Professor Kiran Fernandez, that is Associate Dean of Durham University and as well part of the UNESCO chair in the UK, and Michael Stanley Jones, a Program Management Officer for the United Nations, and a lot of reputed speakers that you can actually find in our program. Then we have 15:30 UTC time where we are based. So we are using the London time as a benchmark, but we have different time zones for the people joining us from all over the world, where we're going to have a panel about 4AR technology, data, cybersecurity. How can business reduce risk in times of rapid change and data, moderated by Nitin Kalra. Then we have innovative finance and trading models, funding, trading, accelerating business and startups. That is a panel that I'm looking forward. All the panels are excellent, moderated by Effie Pilaranu, that is one of the leading fintech authors and influencers worldwide. And then at 15:45 UTC time, we have capital markets, digital assets, and ESG with 4AR Blockchain and Society 5.0. That is going to be moderated by Irander Misra. And the last panel afterwards, the last two panels are going to be technology, blockchain, AI, automation. What is the future? That is a very futuristic panel that is going to be joined by, I moderated me and as well the journalist Ben Gorsel, that is a global personality in AI, recognized influencer, as well Aidan Meller, that created one of the first creative robots, and as well Professor Jamal Unish, professor of the business analytics at the Edinburgh University, and David Siegel, as well a global thought leader in digital and transformation. And then we're going to finish as well with the global panel, and I'm actually looking forward. That is the C# community that is joining us, and they have around 100,000 members worldwide, and they're going to be the last panel of the day. So this is the program for today. You can find more at openbusinesscouncil.org/summit. We are streaming all over the internet. Our hashtag is OBC Summit. And I'm looking forward and welcome everyone that is joining us from all over the world. I want really to thank, at the moment, we've been having around 12 people live. So for those that are starting us in the Europe time is quite early. So thank you for being here. And we have around different people still joining us from around the world. I'm going right now to, before joining the first panel, I'm going to put another video that highlights especially the areas of digital transformation and a bridge between the fourth industrial revolution, Society 5.0, and explaining the different areas how we can actually see these technologies. I think it's particularly important for contextualizing this event. So just sharing the screen.